Hey guys, this is Jim from NoBSing.us. I'm here with UFC fighter Charlie Brenneman. How you doing, Charlie?
Pretty well. I just finished a good sparring session here.
Yeah, I noticed you're up here with Chris Wing and Scott Fairlam, all the guys up at AMA. The first time that I ever saw you was here at AMA. You were still fighting on the regional circuit in PA, and even back then, I was just amazed at the athleticism that you have. You're just a really, really athletic guy, and I understand you've been wrestling for a long. You're a wrestling coach as well.
Yeah, actually, I've been wrestling since I was 8 years old. I started wrestling eight and under, 65 pounds. I wrestled all through college, through high school, college, grad assistantship. Now I'm assistant coach at East Stroudsburg University. So it's in my blood, and that's really transformed over into my fighting.
The last fight you had was against John Hendricks. It didn't work out the way you'd wanted to. What happened with that?
You know, it was a great first round. If the fight was one round, I probably would have won the fight. I was pretty happy with it, to be honest, though, because it really was the first fight where I kind of showed all my tools. I out-wrestled him. I outstruck him, takedowns, stand-up. I incorporated a little bit of everything. Second round, it just all it takes is one shot, and he hit me in the right spot and then capitalized on it. So.
Yeah, that's essentially the way I saw the fight going down, which is amazing. I mean, you are a solid wrestler. Hendricks is a great wrestler as well. So for you to even be competitive with Hendricks wrestling-wise is pretty impressive.
Yeah, on paper, he's clearly a better wrestler in the wrestling arena. This is fighting, and, I got a lot of BS, no BSing. Got a lot of crap online where I'm not a worthy wrestler. People don't know what they're talking about. I'm every bit as good as him, and I showed it, and that really means a lot to me.
So what have you been doing to improve your skill set since the Hendricks fight?
Well, immediately after, I got right back in the gym. I took a little vacation with my girlfriend, which I owed to her. But then since then, I've been refining my tools, starting to work with a different stand-up coach, and really like the evolution of me as a stand-up fighter. I've gotten where I'm comfortable, almost a little too comfortable. Now I got to step back, refine my skills, and then keep going forward from there.
So any news on any upcoming fights?
Nope. I'm hoping, man. I'm just training, being in shape, and waiting for the call. Should know, who knows, but I would say in the next week or two.
The last thing that I'd like to ask you, Charlie, is we did an article on No BSing about coaches and camps rushing their fighters into the pro ranks, and I really think that there's a bad trend of guys getting into the pro divisions before they're ready with very, very short amateur careers. If I'm not mistaken, you made it to the UFC as an 11-1 pro, correct?
Yes, 11-1.
Do you think, because there are no easy fights in the UFC, and this is the creme de la creme. These are the best guys in the world. Do you feel that significant professional experience prepared you for these guys?
Without a doubt. When I did have my first professional loss to John Howard, like the rumor was whoever won that fight was going to get signed to the UFC. If I would have gotten signed back then, as compared to, this year, I'm 10 times a better fighter than I was back then, so who knows where my career would have gone. So I think it's extremely important, definitely to have an amateur base, and then more so develop as a pro.
Okay, so if you had any advice to give to the young amateur fighters or the real rookie pro fighters coming up through the ranks, as a guy who's really, really excelled, beaten the odds, and made it to the UFC, what would you say?
I would say, one, learn. Go to classes. Doesn't matter how good you think you are. I take classes still with everyday Joes who get up and go to work in the morning. So take classes and associate with a great team. There's you can make it on your own, and it's easy, but being here, for example, at AMA, I know what it takes to be the best, and I'm around these guys on a daily basis, so I'd say those are the two most important things.
Have any plugs you'd like to give Charlie?
Yes, I'd like to say thank you to Higher Strength Nutrition in Flanders, New Jersey. Their supplement sponsor have been awesome to me. Just started working with them. And also an ongoing relationship with InMotionMeals.com. They hooked me up with some great food. On top of all my other sponsors, please check my website, charlie-brenneman.com, Spaniard MMA on Twitter.
Great. Thanks, Charlie. Good luck.